Ethan, guess what?
What?
We're back with another episode of Eagle Vision.
You're so silly, Skylar. Speaking of silly, let's head over to the news on homecoming silliness.
Hi, I'm McKenna Eichhorn with the News Report. This week's segment, we are going to be doing a homecoming recap.
Now, let's go talk to Mrs. Langworthy about what it takes to plan homecoming.
In a perfect world, we would be planning like the spring before, so we'd have the summer to kind of have meetings about it. But with the pandemic, it was super crazy. Like, we couldn't meet as a whole student council last year because of the split lunch, and so it made it real difficult. So in all reality, we started before school started, so a little over a month ago. There's always great activities, but I gotta tell ya, the obstacle course is really fun. I love it when they're in their costumes. I love seeing what they come up with, and honestly, this year was pretty awesome with the obstacle course.
Thanks, Anne, on giving us insight about what it takes to put homecoming together. Now, let's go talk to some students about what their homecoming was like.
I think homecoming went good. It's been really busy for me because I'm a class officer and I'm on student council, so it's been really busy. Probably celebrity dress up because I got a good Kris Jenner outfit.
My last homecoming went fantastic. I think everyone had a fun time with the activities, so it made my week go by fast. One thing that I could change about homecoming is the flow of the activities for class competition. I think we could come up with a list of who wants to participate rather than you're gonna play because I tell you to. You know, like, that was hard. My favorite activity was definitely the candidates course because it was extremely messy and probably the best course in the past few years.
I'm McKenna Eichhorn, and that was the News Report. Take it away, Skylar and Ethan.
Homecoming looks like so much fun.
You are so right, Skylar. I wonder if the middle school is having as much fun as the high school.
Well, Ethan, let's go down to Mia and Tiffany and find out what the Middle School Minute.
Welcome back to Middle School Minute with Mia and Tiffany. This week, we'll be talking to the middle schoolers about their homecoming. Let's go see what their favorite activity is.
It was yesterday, dodgeball.
To the volleyball game, and it's tomorrow. Homecoming. The parade. My favorite dress-up day was Spirit Day.
Probably class colors.
Thank you, middle schoolers.
Now let's go talk to some staff members about the middle school homecoming.
Being in charge of middle school activities is actually a lot of fun because I meet with the middle school student council members and they come up with ideas. But overall, it's fun because we get to see their creativeness.
8th grade is probably the most creative in dressing up just because they've been here for a couple of years and know what it's like and what they should do.
Seeing the senior class definitely be very creative.
This year's seniors that are candidates for King and Queen were the first class that I had as 6th graders. So it kind of makes me feel a little old now that they're all grown up.
I'm so excited for this class. This group means a lot to me, being the first class that I ever taught. So getting to see them grow up and step into new roles, being leaders in the classroom, being leaders on the courts, on the fields that they're playing, and then going out into the world and being leaders is really cool. So.
I would say if teachers had a dress-up day, maybe like a decade day, of either when you were born or when you grew up or the clothes that you wore back in high school. Might be a fun dress-up day, and I would definitely participate in it.
I love dress-up day. It's awesome. Any day is usually a great day. I think the teachers should have a day where we dress up as the students, that we could pick one and then wear their type of clothes.
I think it'd be really fun for us to dress up as students because students have a very unique style these days.
Hashtag dress code! Thanks for joining us. Come back next week for Middle School Minute.
The middle school looks to be doing just as good as the high school.
Hey, Ethan, do you think our new members of Mip River are enjoying it here?
That's a great question. Let's see what Carlota thinks. Down to you, Bryce.
Howdy, I'm Bryce Ertman, your profile reporter. This is... Who's That Person?
I'm from Madrid, Spain. I live in a town called Pozuelo that is like 10 minutes away from Madrid. The way you live is different than how we do things. Our house is close together and here is like so much space. the biggest culture shock I experienced is that here people can start working once they're 16 or even driving. Here school is more relaxed, like they do central studies because it's a school, but they have more activities like homecoming and prom, and right now we're in homecoming and they're like this game that they pull us out of class to go and do them, and that doesn't happen in Spain. In Spain we're more about you study and you take a test and that's what you're doing.
And what are you looking forward to while being here in the United States?
I don't know, it's a new experience, so whatever it happens.
Now that we asked Carlota a few questions, let's go ask some people what it's like being around her.
My favorite moment would have to be when her and I and a few other friends were at my house and we were like trying all the clothes on in my closet and like taking pictures and stuff. It's really fun. She likes to mention how crazy we are about like the most random things. Like homecoming is even weird because I guess she doesn't do that at her school. So us dressing like teachers and wearing a solid color for an entire day is just really weird to her. And it's about a new experiences. I like driving through town and she'll just ask me random questions and it's just really fun to like mansplain everything to her.
Thanks, Carlota. Let's do it again sometime. Back to the studio. This was...
It's Carlota!
Seems like Carla doesn't think it's too bad here.
That's awesome to see. Now we have skills, but first, let's have a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever been stranded with a flat tire?
I know I sure have.
Don't worry, because Caduce Tire in Mapleton, Minnesota is a certified seller of passenger tires, agricultural tires, farm tires, lawn and garden tires, and even more.
And for all you city folk, they even offer free Wi-Fi in the lobby.
Emergency roadside assistance, they got you. Oil change, they got you. Moral of the story, just come on down to Caduce Tire, located off of 22 in Mapleton, Minnesota.
I need some tires from Caduce to strengthen up my car.
Speaking of strength, let's see some leg wrestling. Down over you, Ryan and Morgan.
Today's competition is leg wrestling, and for this you have to be big and strong. Let's get training. How much can you guys squat?
You go first.
You first.
You first. Yeah, you're the older one.
Like 385. I think I put it up 386 last time.
How strong do you think your legs are? I got thunder thighs from hockey. Okay, you guys are gonna leg wrestle. Let's go! How strong do you think your legs are?
Stronger.
Yes,
probably.
Okay. How strong do you think your legs are?
Relatively, maybe. I don't know. I do squats every now and then.
I don't do any.
Wow, those kids have some strong legs. Not as strong as ours, but see you guys next week. Skills out.
They got some real leg wrestling skills.
Yeah, they do, and it looks like so much fun.
Speaking of fun, let's see how sports and team meals are doing. Down to you, Zach.
Hey, I'm Zach Herman. And I'm Colton Berkner. And we are back with another sports recap. Today we will tell you a couple things about our football team meals.
Colton, you're looking extra cute today. Speaking of cute, let's go talk to some football players about their team meals.
What's your favorite team meal memory?
Probably when Bowden Simon had a whole salmon on his plate at China Buffet.
Favorite team meal memory?
I'm gonna bring it back to the sophomore year when we were at China Buffet. I took a whole pound salmon fillet, sat it on the table, and I ate a little bit, and the whole team finished it off.
What is your favorite place to eat for team meals?
Pizza Ranch.
Pizza Ranch.
Why do you think team meals are important to the team?
Just brings bigger connections between players.
Oh, team meals are important for many different reasons. Number one, we get to come together kind of as a family, just like that. We get so close that we have teammates that will be willing to wipe off one another's faces. There's some of these teammates that we may not have known very well coming into the season, and these meals just gives us the opportunity to be able to get to know each other.
Thank you, Bowden and Hayden, for informing us on how team meals work. Now on to some scores from the past week. Our volleyball team traveled to Blooming Prairie on September 23rd and won 3-1. Then they went to a tournament at USC and lost 2-3. Our cross-country boys traveled to Malacca on September 25th and did not place. Our cross-country girls traveled to Malacca on September 25th and did not place. Our tennis team hosted Belle Plaine on September 23rd and lost 1-6. Then hosted USC on September 28th and lost 2-5.
Our football team was home against Lake Crystal on September 25th and they won 51-12. And if you see Ethan Evanson, congratulate him on his first varsity touchdown.
Team meals really look like good bonding time.
It really does. Another way of good bonding is recreational activities. Down to you, Kieran, Carly.
Welcome back to the Academics Report. This week we're going to be talking about Pfeffer's Recreational Activities class.
My favorite thing is the knot tying segment just because it was so easy.
My favorite thing would probably be the knot tying unit.
Probably starting a fire with our bird's nest.
Learning about the compass pretty much because it's pretty essential.
Every day is different because we've done something different every day, knot tying, fire starting.
It's different every day. Some days we're in the classroom and some days we're outside doing stuff.
So sometimes we do some videos, but a lot of times we're going outside.
You must learn about you kind of have survival lessons.
The canoeing trip.
The trip that we're going on, that's the canoeing trip.
I think the camping trip sounds pretty interesting and I have no idea really what to expect.
Well, I look forward to doing the camping trips.
Let's go see what they've learned.
Probably a rope, a lighter, and a tarp.
Some sort of blade like a Swiss Army knife. Duct tape I know is really handy, and paracord.
Water, food, and cover.
I would suggest it is pretty fun.
That it's a lot of hands-on learning and it's really fun and you'll learn a lot about survival skills.
It's pretty fun. You're gonna bond with other people in your class because there's people from all different grades.
I would say go for it because it's a pretty fun class.
Wow, that sounds really fun. You should join.
Wow, recreational activities looks like a lot of fun.
Well, we're out of time for this episode.
Make sure you tune in next week for the next episode of Eagle Vision.
Scott and Ethan, out.